Welcome to another episode of Research and Rabbit Holes with your girl Lauren Nicole, your cousin, sister, friend, and your friendly neighborhood librarian. Now, have you considered reskilling, upskilling, or just learning something new entirely? Did you know that you can get professional development or personal development skills for free through the library? Well, you can using something called LinkedIn Learning. If you're familiar with LinkedIn, it's pretty much the social media for careers. So on your profile, you essentially highlight your education, your work experience, and any skills that you have. And along the way, you can talk about the different accomplishments that you've been making over the course of your career, any presentations you may have done, papers that you might have written, or conferences you might have attended. That's essentially the nitty gritty of it. So, because of the nature of LinkedIn, they created a product called LinkedIn Learning to help people to supplement either their education or their professional career aspirations. Whether you want to learn a little bit about instructional design or maybe something more techy, there are full courses, and some of them are simple videos or short clips. What's cool about LinkedIn Learning is that at the end of some of the courses, you can actually earn badges that you can highlight on your LinkedIn profile if that's something that you would like to do, just to kind of showcase the fact that you've acquired this new skill. And it's a great time for people who might be looking to pivot or simply skill build in order to advance in their careers. So, whatever your educational goals are, whether it's for your own personal development, whether you're just naturally curious, or you're looking to grow professionally, you might find that LinkedIn Learning is a useful tool for you. So let's navigate the website. We are back at the Jacksonville Public Library website, and we are going to go to the digital library option here, and we are going to go to LinkedIn Learning. Now, we will go to this read more option. We'll always look at that, get a little bit of information about it. It says learn relevant professional skills on LinkedIn Learning. All you need is your library card and PIN to enjoy unlimited free access to 16,000 plus on-demand courses in 7 languages. And it says new courses are added each week. Keep up to date with technology and gain multimedia, design, web development, and social media skills, and build career boosting business know how. Explore hundreds of topics in management, leadership, and marketing. And there's also a mobile app version of LinkedIn. If you would like to use the app version, then those are the rules for logging into your account that way. So I'm going to go ahead and log into my account. So this is where it's important to have your library card. All right, so now that I'm logged in, here's my interface. When you first use yours, it may ask you to choose a few options just to show like what are you wanting to use the platform for? What are you hoping to learn? So it can try to curate your homepage and maybe give you a few suggestions that are in alignment with what you say you're ready to learn. So here's my landing page and some maybe popular courses or videos that it might be suggesting that I watch. I hadn't picked anything yet, so I don't quite know what it's going on just yet. It says top picks for me: e-commerce, systems thinking, Excel for investment professionals, retail customer service, that kind of thing. Trending for people in your industry. Again, it doesn't quite know because I have not given it any information on what I'm looking to learn just yet. Okay. Now I can always search here in this search bar. I can always search for something. So maybe here's some suggestions: project management software, statistics, cybersecurity. Maybe I want to do instructional design. I'm just gonna have some suggestions there. I'm just gonna click on it in general. So now we have a little bit of a description about what it is. You have your editor's pick. So, according to LinkedIn editors, these are going to be useful for learning this skill. And then you have 26 results for instructional design. This first one is a course. It's an hour and 9 minutes. It's a beginner's course. It was created in 2018 by Samantha Calamari. So this is e-learning essentials, instructional design. The next one is also a course. So you have those basic elements there. What this is, what the title is, how long it should take you to get through it, what level it is, what level of learning it is. Like this one is beginner and intermediate, and when it was created. And it'll also give you the ratings. So this first course has 4.7 stars. About 2,622 people have reviewed it, and there's been 124,000 learners, and it says certificate eligible. So I now know that if I were to complete this course, I could get a certificate at the end of it. So all courses don't necessarily end in a certificate or a badge, but some of them do, and you can see that right away. So this one is a learning path. So it's not a full course, but it is a series of videos that's going to teach you the skills. So build your skills as an instructional designer there. That will take you about 7 hours and 43 minutes to complete. And so you get the idea. Some of them will just be videos and some of them will be courses. I see that most of these are courses. Now we are able to filter out what we have searched by using any of these filters here. So it says type, right? So you have courses, videos, learning paths. That's what I mentioned before. So say you don't necessarily want to take a full course, you just want to watch a couple of videos on it, you can simply choose the video option and limit to just the videos. You can also click on any of the courses and just watch. You could just watch individual videos within a course. You don't have to complete a course just because you selected one. So if a course has hands-on practice, you can choose which of the kind of hands-on practice you want to use. If you're familiar with GitHub, then maybe you want to use the GitHub practices, and whatever instructions the course prompts you to follow in GitHub to end up with the project at the end. That might be what you want to use, or maybe you want to do a code challenge or some other form of hands-on practice. You can also choose the time to complete. So maybe you don't want to have a 7-hour course. Maybe you want to kind of get in and out with some of this information between, 2 hours or less. You can choose the 1 to 2 hours option or less, right? So this is nice if you don't want to spend much time, or if you have a lot of time and you're willing to do a longer course. Then you have your level. So you can choose beginner, intermediate, advanced, and you have your all filters option here where you can just look at everything in one go. Your continuing education unit. So for anyone who might need CE credits or particular certification or organizational body like CompTIA, HRCI, I see SHRM, then you can actually select those to see which courses are going to give you CE credits that will count towards that. You can click the content by LinkedIn Learning here for those things that are LinkedIn Learning originals. And then you can choose software. If there's a specific software that you want to learn about for instructional design. So Captivate, Articulate 360, Camtasia, PowerPoint, Storyline, Canvas. So you can filter down to something a little bit more specific if you are looking to learn maybe a specific type of instructional design skill. Then you have your sorting option here. So you have best match, view count, newest, right? Which has the most views, which is the newest. You can sort it out that way. So that's just one example of a skill that you might be searching for, or a course. Now, instructional design falls under training and education, which falls under business. So we can go back to business to see what topics fall under business that we could maybe learn new skills for. Artificial intelligence for business, business analysis and strategy, business software and tools, career development, right? It kind of goes on. You can also just browse you can just browse for different topics if you don't have anything in particular that you're searching for, but maybe you just want to see what's available to study. So it has role guides. It says explore foundational content and tools to help you understand, learn, and improve at the skills involved in trending industry roles. So these roles are currently trending, and maybe you want to learn the skills that are relevant to these roles in particular and not just skills in general. Okay. Business analyst, marketing specialist, supply chain specialist, project management. Then you have learning paths. So we can show all, or we can kind of look through these: career essentials in generative AI, career essentials in data analysis by Microsoft and LinkedIn, getting started as a project manager. So if there's a path that you are interested in, or like one of those roles that we discussed just a moment ago, then they have these learning paths to kind of give you the steps to achieve going in this particular direction. So this is great for people who might be pivoting roles, pivoting into a different field, or you are just starting out and trying to develop yourself from wherever you are. You have your business topic. So mind you, and then you just have business topics that you can browse through and pick this way: finance, marketing, professional development, training and education, and the different kinds of software that you would be using in this industry. Maybe you just want to learn how to use Power BI, or maybe you want to get better at Microsoft Excel. You can simply choose one of those and then have the courses and the videos to choose from to learn about that software. Okay. Let's go over to my library. So my library, it shows that I can set a weekly goal. I can track my weekly learning progress. I can track my skills. So it lets me know how many skills I have followed. I don't have any, right? Because I'm just starting out. It would have the courses that I've started. If I had anything that I had not finished yet, it would show as in progress. Anything that I have saved, I can create a collection of courses and or videos or learning paths. And then I could have my history showing for those things that I've completed, right? And then it's saying show recommended courses. So if you've already begun to look up some things and start courses, then your algorithm is going to generate some recommendations for you to keep going in that vein or in something similar so you can continue to build on those skills. So over here we have under learn, we have content. So this is going to be the same thing. So we looked at business. We have technology, which is going to be your artificial intelligence, your cybersecurity. It says in-depth tech. Again, those roles that are relevant to tech, learning paths, and technology topics. And then it says creative, graphic designer, user experience designer, and photographer, and the same thing. So there's so many different skills you can learn about across industries on this platform. Now, under apply, it says hands on tech. Advance your tech skills through hands on learning. We kind of talked about this with the hands on practice option here. We offer code challenges powered by CoderPad, courses integrated with GitHub code spaces and GitHub models, and cybersecurity training labs powered by Hack the Box. Both new and experienced tech learners can upskill on today's in demand tech skills through expert instruction combined with real time practice. Explore LinkedIn Learning for additional hands on practice options such as project based courses. So you can come to the hands on practice or the hands on tech option and basically be prompted through actual projects. So then you can be building your personal portfolio that you can present as part of your experience and your work to various companies as you're navigating, interviews, internships, career fairs, or even startups that you might want to start, investors and those things like that. If you're in that vein of, sharpening your skills in a particular area. So you really can use this free training to get you started on a portfolio that you can then use to market yourself. So, SQL Essential Training, learning Python, SQL for non-programmers, and more. And you can just save these as you go. So now that's going to be in my saved area of my library. Also, if you click on these three dots, you can add this to your collection. So you could be building a collection, which is also going to be in your My Library section. Under certifications, it says earn a professional certificate from top brands on LinkedIn Learning or prepare for off platform certifications and CEUs with prep courses and assessment options available for over 175 different credentials. So you have some professional certificates such as Microsoft, Atlassian, Adobe, GitHub, Docker, Snowflake, certification preparation, certification practice exams, and continuing education. Just awesome. Then under trending topics, you have your leadership and management option. Just going to again feature some courses and videos on how to grow in leadership and how to develop management skills. So, topics for today's managers and leaders: build essential leadership skills with learning paths, next level leadership, and top leadership and management skills, and even certifications, which is cool. Artificial intelligence. We all know that AI is what's hot right now. And so there's never a bad time to take a little time to learn about AI and the different things that the different ways that it's being integrated into the workforce and that companies are using them, or even individuals, or how you can integrate in AI into your own life and use it to optimize something that you might be doing. So building AI literacy and fluency with Microsoft AI agents in your browser, automating your work with custom GPTs. You have a few options here. It says LinkedIn Learning Artificial Intelligence Upskilling Framework. There are 5 framework levels here to understanding AI and using it as a tool to upskill. Go deeper with AI learning paths, build with AI. Build with AI, leverage Claude Code, sub agents, Vibe Code. Then you have your top AI skills and also those certifications. And the same is going to be true for cybersecurity, right? So it's going to just kind of give you some of the new and featured courses, frameworks for cybersecurity, how to prep for some of the popular certifications that you can get in cybersecurity, advancing your skills, and then highlighting which of those skills are the top skills for that area and certifications that you can be looking towards earning there. So as you take more courses and develop your collections and you save more options, your homepage algorithm will be more tailored to your interest. Here at your account, you have your My Learning, My Content area, so that'll take you back to My Library. And then, yeah, you have your settings. You can set your notification to send you emails when there's new and updated information, and then how you want your videos to play. So if you're looking at a course, then one video might just start playing into another if you like. But if you don't particularly like that, then you can change that setting. And you can also change what language you want to learn in. So there's a few options here where you can change the language of the content. You can also change the language that you are learning in by clicking on this little globe icon. But I wanted to go back just to show you what a course actually looks like. So let's just choose this systems thinking course as an example. When we open this up, this is what that looks like. Okay. You'll have that primary video that you obviously can always expand. You can make it bigger. You can close this just to watch it in full screen if you prefer, or you can close that back down and click on content so that you can see what is coming up next. And you have a few options here. So it's going to give you the details of the course. It's going to let you know which skills are being covered, and it's also going to recommend related courses to you. And you can simply bookmark them so that you can save them for later, for when you're done with this particular course. It will also say related to this course certificate. It'll show you the certificate that's associated with this course. It says complete all course content to earn your certificate. You have a notebook option here. So as the video goes on, you can take notes. And you also have a transcript here. So if you need to have the option to read the content of the video by clicking on the transcript. Here it says in this video. So this is the transcript of this video, and I can click in this course. If you're looking for a particular statement, so you can search within the transcript for a point. So say you're watching the video and you remember that the gentleman said some phrase, he used a word, you want to go back to that part and hear it again, you can type in what you can search the phrase to find it in the transcript. So let's say mental models, and I'm choosing in this course, not in this video, and we're going to search and see if it finds it. So here are several places throughout this course that he mentions mental models. So if I click on that,
precisely what mental models are made of.
Awesome. It fast forwards to that particular video and to that moment where he mentions that thing. So that's a great way of kind of getting straight into some information you might be interested in, that you just kind of want to skip forward to that point where they're talking. You can search within that transcript. And this is the interactive transcript. So this is toggled on. So as this video plays,
it's made up of information which comes from the real world and past experience. But
as this video plays, the part that he's speaking on is highlighted, right? So you can play the video and actually watch the words that he's speaking at that moment be highlighted. Now remember, these courses are made up of individual videos. So you can bookmark specific videos that you want to come back to without having to redo or rewatch the entire course, which is nice. So you can go through that whole thing, and then when you finish this, it does have a few quizzes throughout it just to make sure you're learning along the way. And then when you finish that, you will get your certificate. I mean, you can close that out. You don't have to keep that. You can share this video, right? You can get that link. You can share it in Teams if you work within Microsoft Teams. You can email it. You can share it to Facebook or Twitter. And this little plus sign is where you can add this video to a collection you may have created, right? So I have bookmarked a few things just in showing this example. So going back to my library, I have some things under my saved, and these are the videos that I bookmarked just as I was doing this example. So learning to see the unknown, understanding the why, what, and how of systems thinking, making sense of a complex world. These are 3 of the videos that I saved from within that course so that I can go back and watch these videos without retaking that whole course. And then these are some of those related videos that were recommended while I was in that course. And so these are here, and then we can always unsave them to remove them if we're no longer interested, or if we no longer need to re-watch the video. And then you have the option to add it to a collection if you want to start creating a collection there. So that's LinkedIn Learning. This platform offers many options, and there's no limit to how much learning that you can do as long as you have your handy dandy library card. If you're out of the workforce, looking to leave your current job, looking to climb the ladder of where you currently are, or simply just make a change or just learn something new, give LinkedIn Learning a try. Professional development can be expensive. So any opportunity that you have to acquire a new skill, even if it is low cost or free, that you can speak to as a point of knowledge, why not do it? So go on and check it out. Let me know what you think. And if you have any recommendations or suggestions about things you would like for me to cover, let me know in the comments. Until next time,